And explain to me what happens between Terre Haute and Branson.
Well, I mean, first off, all of the markets that we initially announced are trial markets. So, we weren't sure, never having had service from these cities that we've announced. The original 5 cities we announced, we didn't know how any of the bookings were going to respond. Terre Haute has responded the slowest. It's been the lightest of all of our markets that we initially announced. So there were concerns as the viability of that market to be able to sustain itself. So that's concern number one.
Okay, and you were saying that there were about 3 issues that you had between Terre Haute and Branson that flight. The booking, the contract, and the counter proposal. Can you go over those again?
Well, I mean, I think the primary thing is that the bookings were light, and we discussed that with the airport, and what would need to be in place contractually between the airport and Branson Air Express to continue the service past, to continue and allow that service to book and fly May 17th through August 14th. And the airport there in Terre Haute was unable to meet those requirements. So based on that and based on the light bookings, we felt that it was in everyone's best interest to discontinue the service for now. Of course, the few bookings that we do have from Terre Haute, those people will be refunded their money, and we will look at the service there in the future.
Did it have anything to do with money, like Terre Haute putting up money, or you guys putting up money?
Yeah, I mean, Terre Haute was sharing the risk with Branson Air Express on the route, and for us to fly that route, we would need them to take a larger portion of the risk based on their bookings.
And Terre Haute didn't do that, or what happened?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. We never got a signed contract in place. There has been some agreements between both parties on what would be required, at least in discussion. But we were never able to come to a final agreement on that. But the biggest thing is the bookings just aren't there to support the service right now. I mean, that's whoever puts up the money on the route, the route looks very clearly at this point that it's going to lose money, and that's in nobody's best interest. So I think the best thing to do at the moment is to re-examine it, take a step back. We will be adding additional flights this fall. We could look at it then, or even next year. But I think we need to have the service is going to be able to sustain itself for us to fly there, and otherwise, it's not going to work long term or even for the short term. So I think it's a business decision by both parties involved that bookings are the market is responding too slow to the number of seats that are in the market. We were planning on putting in the market, and I think it's in everyone's best decision at this point to discontinue the service before it even gets started.
Okay, and so did you guys ask Terre Haute to put up more money because the flights were so low, and then they were like, well, it's not good for us either, and then it just ended?
Well, I mean, yes. Terre Haute was taking a portion of the risk on the flight, and we felt if the city of Terre Haute wanted to continue the service, they would have to take the full risk on the flight, and we would continue to market and support it. But at this point, that's what would be required for us to fly that route.
Okay. Anything else, Jeff?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. I would like to add that working with Terre Haute and the people in that community has been great. I think people have been very excited about the service, and I do believe in the future there's a possibility that we could make that city work. I just think it would require more time and more effort and more discussions between both parties. And I think that it's something that we could make work in the future, just with a very limited amount of time before the flights are scheduled to fly. That we just can't get the word out there fast enough to enough people about the service for people to take advantage of it down in the Terre Haute area. But certainly something we would like to consider for the future and continue to talk with the airport there and see if we can make it work down the road.